I'm unmuting. Alright. Alright, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We do come to preach the truth of the Bible and then tell the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans their true nationality according to the scriptures, which are that you are the Hebrew Israelites, God's chosen people of the Bible, who the scriptures is talking about from front to back in every single chapter. It's not a chapter that Israel ain't in the scriptures and talked about. But before that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua Bahawakah.
Yahweh being the Heavenly Fathers, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai being who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And those are their names in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, which is the Lashawan Kodash, or the Holy Tongue, the Holy Language. We want to give double honors to our elders and our apostles. Peace and blessings to the elect.
Peace and blessings.
Right. So we was pretty much dialoguing, and topic of discussion was pretty much just staying prayed up and really just locking in down with the Most High, because what we know that Satan is, who is the adversary to Yahweh Shai, essentially to Yahweh, he's the adversary, and his job is to pretty much sift the elect. Mm-hmm. So, which means basically is his job is to separate the elect and from the Most High, pretty much. So he wants to take us away from the Most High so we could be like the wicked, which the wicked, they follow Satan. But we follow Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, us being the hopeful elect. We put on as the elect and we serve the Most High. So we got to stay prayed up, because there's people out here that are praying on our downfall. And when I say praying on our downfall, they're praying and doing spells and rituals unto their deities, to their gods, doing witchcraft and voodoo and all type of wickedness on the left-hand side, which those things do exist because the Most High does control both left and right.
And if I may add, brother, just to go into context with the scriptures.
I was
going to say we know that witchcraft is real. Why? So all we got to do is look at our forefathers old. King Saul, what was he tasked to do when King Saul became technically the first king? What was he tasked to do? To kill all the what? To go around on a crusade killing all the what? Witches, right? And the Lord tells us that we should not speak to the dead, or conjure spirits, or do anything like that. The Lord talks about those things. This is how we know it to be true. Let me bring out this first precept that started off. The book of 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
Very important is to be sober-minded, right? Not literally meaning you can't indulge in wine, but to be sober-minded basically means that you're not drunken by the world's philosophies.
Yep.
You're not drunken by the folly and the bullshit that the world tries to sell you, that everyone's getting snared into the latest trend on social media, the latest TV show, and they're wrapped up in all of the fake news and the diversions what the media does. They'll put something and they'll focus only on that. So every time you go on social media or you go on Google, you only hear about this. But behind the scenes, the devil, Esau, is doing all type of things, putting forth their plan for world domination, if you will. And we can't be sober. That's why the scriptures tell us to be on our watch. A watchman can't drink on the job. Just like your job said you can't be under the influence when you do your job. We're always on our job. In general, we're always on our job, so we always have to be sober, and we should never get to the point where we just completely ignore everything that we knew about the scriptures, about the world. So even when brothers are indulging in folly, and we at a sports game and we having a good time, we always have a spiritual mind, and we're always able to see the demonic symbolism and the evil plights in everything we do, because we're sober minded and we're vigilant. Brothers, we wake up every morning and we stay girded up. We put on that breastplate of, I don't know the exact one, breastplate of righteousness, the helmet of salvation, and faith. We put the armor on every single morning. Why? How do we do that? Well, the first thing we do when we wake up is we pray to the Most High. And then when we go through our day, guess what? Everything we do, we reverence the Most High. We make decisions based on the Most High's word. We always try to we're very self-conscious to a benefit, because we're always thinking about what can we do right and what are we doing wrong. And this is how we stay protected from the evil spirits.
Let me get this. It's the book of Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12, and it says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." And the reason why I'm bringing this scripture out is because we must be vigilant, like the brother said. But also, if all you brothers that have been on your watch, who just bought the rights, or at least are trying to buy the rights to the Bible? I think they already did. And what they're doing is they're already changing passages and taking things out. Why are they doing this? Because they want the next generations to become what? Faithless. They want the Bible to contradict itself. They want to control the narrative of the kingdom of heaven, control the narrative of who the children of Israel, control the narrative of what of who salvation is for. Right? That's why I brought that out. Well, go look it up. I believe it was Amazon and Google, or Google and somebody bought the rights to the King James Version original Bible, and they've already been trying to change, or if not already changing the narrative.
So Lakia, your video said it was Walt Disney and
Walt Disney and Google.
Google.
Yeah, Walt Disney and Google. Well, that's even worse. Walt Disney is known for what? 666, right? Google, what is a number, but who's Google owned by? The Zionists. What is Walt Disney owned by? The Zionists. So we understand why they're trying to change the narrative. But this is why we have to be more and more vigilant, right? We already talked about how over in Europe right now, in parts of England and UK, I'm just going to say the United Kingdom, in the UK, if you are caught outside preaching the Bible, they can lock you up for about 2 years. Minimum or maximum. I'm not sure if it was the minimum or maximum, but they're already starting to get the people who are preaching the Bible off the streets, right? We are seeing an uptick in prophecy with digital IDs and currencies, right?
And we're starting to see brothers' pages are getting taken down.
Yep, left and right
with no strike, nothing.
Yep. Or even our page, the page that we're on right now, we are censored. And how do we know that we're censored? We'll post a video and we will see maybe, I don't know, 20 people hop on or hop off at all given moments, right? But then when we go back to look at the views, it'll say we only seen 10, 15 views for the day. But we know we seen 15, 20 people hop on. And then we had another tripod recording on a different channel with not as many followers and not as many followers, and that video will get 300, 400, 500 views on the same video we posted on our main page. So what does that mean? What does that mean? We're being censored. And who controls YouTube? Who controls the media? We already know.
That's interesting.
The FJs.
It should be matched up.
I mean, it's FJs, you know? So we understand that this is the truth. This is what's going on. And like the brother said, according to Ephesians 6 and 11, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Right? I brought that out because the brother just said it, you know? All right, let me see.
It's like I said, we don't battle against flesh and blood. It's like, so therefore our weapons, as the scriptures say, are not carnal. So our weapons that we fight with are spiritual. So we have to build our spirits up. So we don't go to the gym and spar and hit the pads to build up our strength and our combat ability. What we get into the scriptures and we study and we fast and we pray, and that's how we get stronger in the spirit to fight against the spiritual wickedness.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really a war on the mind, because at the end of the day, the scriptures say, "Fear not him that can kill the body, but him that can kill the body and the soul." Yep. So there's really nothing Esau can do physically to us, but Esau low-key knows that.
Yep.
So that's why they do so much spiritual and metaphysical, mental and spiritual warfare.
Yep. What
you know what I mean?
Metaphysical.
Yeah, metaphysical.
Mind, body, spirit.
Mind, body, spirit, socio-economical. Yep. So they do all these things to try to destroy us, because they mentally, and spiritually, and emotionally, because they know they can't get rid of us physically.
Yep.
Because if they knew that they could, they would just eradicate us.
Yep. A long time ago. But the Lord has done what? Set thy bounds.
And they know the history. They know that throughout all of our history, we've been this. If we were any other nation, we should have been
wiped out already.
We should have been wiped out.
But they can't wipe us out because it's not for them to do.
Yahweh has already stated that if you can count the sands of the sea,
the sun and the moon still around.
Sun and the moon, yep. Which two things that are impossible to do? Stop the sun and the moon, or count every single grain of sand. It's impossible.
I'll get rid of it.
He said, if you can do that, then I'll get rid of the nation.
I got to tell you, real quick hitter. James 4:7. Submit yourselves therefore to Yahweh. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you.
Yeah, so we got to submit ourselves to the Most High, which basically means that we give our lives unto Him. You know, we pretty much we turn over our desires and the way we live our lives and the things we hold value and our convictions are all given unto Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. So we have to make sure that we're living our lives according to the will of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. And if what we do is contrary to that, then we need to get back on course. Or if what we're going to do is contrary to that, then we need to make sure we stay on course.
God.
So that's why we have to submit to the Most High. And then the Most High is justified in delivering us.
Yep, he's justified in I'm glad you said that. He's justified in delivering us because we stayed faithful. Mm-hmm. The Lord is going to be faithful to those who are faithful to Him. Matter of fact,
just like we were talking about, there could be a person that is into voodoo and witchcraft, right? And they're really a practitioner, and they can be literally putting spells and stuff on you, and the Most High is blocking those spells from taking effect. Yep. While you're on track. But the moment you start slipping and your heart starts to turn away, the Most High is going to be like, okay, I'm going to allow this curse to come through. Yep. Fuck you up. I'm going to allow this to come through. And the Most High may let certain things come into effect, to test you. Things that are not detrimental to you. Yeah. You might not even realize it's witchcraft and things are happening to you, but then it comes to light later on like, yo.
It's that 1 Corinthians 10:15, make a way to escape.
Yep. It's the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 3 and verse 3. But the Lord is faithful, who shall establish you and keep you from evil. Right? So the Lord is faithful. So if we're being faithful and doing the things we're supposed to do, the Lord is going to establish you and keep you from evil. The devil and the witchcraft and all the things that because trust me, witchcraft, hate, the vibration of hate, murder, death, the bloodthirsty. People are bloodthirsty for the Hebrew Israelites, right? Uh-huh. If you go on any type of social media, you seeing so many pastors, right? Those are not of the Lord's heart, right? And so many people who are condemning the Hebrew Israelites, like we got to get rid of them. Like this is a famous pastor, some Edomite boy, and he's literally so angry with Hebrew Israelites. Like he literally said, they got to go. They got to go. You want to get rid of us because we are what? Pumping the vibration of truth.
Which is unchristian-like.
Which is unchristian-like, yep.
John 7:7.
Not coming to contend.
Because God came for all men. You don't have to follow the law. You just have to believe in Jesus.
So he was being sarcastic, by the way. So they say, all right, so, YouTube world will be like, oh, you heard what he said on camp, bro. He was being sarcastic. He said it's not Christian-like, because mind you, what a denomination, right, or what religion gives the most hate? Christians. Who are the most hypocritical? Christians.
Christians, Catholics, buying them all.
Well, they all together. When I say Christians, I'm talking about all of them, and all the thousands of fucking denominations that go with it. Pentecostal, Jehovah's Witness, all that shit. You're all a bunch of hypocrites and you're evil. Because you will sit here, mind you, think about it. This is how you know it's evil. The evangelical white Christian man was doing what? Selling people into slavery. Hanging people, eating them, making clothes and furniture out of them. And who's the one who initiated slavery? It was a white evangelical pastor or priest who wrote it into law and then said, y'all can go do it. And this is why they had to count us as 3/5 of a man, so they can have what? So they can feel better about themselves and say, well, we're not going against God because they're not really human.
They're human-ish.
Exactly. They're human-ish. They're 3/5 of a man. They're really closely related to beasts.
Little do they know, the God that they talking about look like us.
Oh, they know. Oh, no, they know.
Shit is crazy.
Well, the elites know. The sheep will do not.
Sheep are
because even the Pope himself, there's a picture of the Pope bowing to a black Madonna or a black Jesus, right? You see him bowing to it. You see Putin with a golden joint opened up, and he's literally, I think he's leaning in or he's kissing the picture of who they call a baby Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So they know.
Even the devil serves the Most High.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Kind of.
But guess what? That's how the devil works, right? Satan, the devil, the deceivers, they live by a certain code, right? And this is how The brother has said this, stated this many times. They live by a certain code, which I believe is called.
Yeah, it's Kabbalah. It's cosmic karma.
Basically, is if they have to tell you what they're going to do before they do it, so then there is no
karma.
There's no karma for it, because I told you
karma or retribution.
I told you what I was going to do.
I'll use a cigarette box.
Yep.
They'll sell cigarettes, but on the box it says Surgeon General warning. This can cause cancer, death, this, that, has all this poison, nicotine, da, 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 da. It'll say all that on a box. And then you go and still buy it. They're like, well, we told you that this is going to kill you or cause these things. So when it happens to you, that karma is not on me because I told you.
Yep.
This is why they put the truth in movies in subtle ways and in shows in subtle ways, right? This is why, like, they'll put it into anime or in cartoons. Yeah. They always trying to show you, and they say, well, we showed them. We're not having that karma back on us.
They thought it was conspiracy.
They thought it was conspiracy. They created the word conspiracy theory to offset, but didn't say that it was fake. Yep. It's like, well, it's a conspiracy theory. Theory means thought of, meaning not proven,
idea,
but it's not saying, not proven, but not saying that it can't be true.
Right.
See how that is? Oh, it's a conspiracy theory. Conspiracy. Theory, as soon as you threw the theory word on it, then it became
possibility. Maybe it's
possibility.
Not real.
Maybe not.
Yep.
You know, go ahead, what you got?
Revelations 3 and 10. I'm reading this in NLT. Because you have obeyed my command and to persevere, I will protect you from the great time of testing that will come upon the whole world to test those who belong to this world.
And that's ultimately
the ultimate
testing, as the scriptures say, the hour of temptation, which is going to partake the whole world, specifically going into America, is the mark of the beast, RFID chips. But we know that the mark of the beast is going to be a thing in majority of the world, because you're already starting to see countries coming out with their own digital currency or digital mark of some sort, digital ID.
Yep. So like your brothers, don't they say if once Britain start, everything follows?
Typically,
they already started.
Okay.
Asia already has it, and then the UK is following suit.
Sweden, I think.
And why is the UK
Sweden chipped up crazy?
Yeah, and why? Well, I remember Swiss. You know, we already know why. But why is the UK being targeted? Well, the UK was already bought, sold, and packaged to the Zionists. They're already owned. Their banking, everything is owned. Right? The last big piece, the great war that flew upon the dragon, aka the harlot, Babylon. America is the last and final piece. That's why Bill Gates came out and said by 2028 all Americans must have it. By 2028. See how they're giving us a couple more years? The British don't have guns. The UK don't have guns. They don't have a standing army with the military. Their military within their country. The military ain't got to be called out. Remember, did you see the protests in Italy?
The military don't have to be as cautious as they do in America.
Yeah, what you gonna do?
Just like cops. Cops are so on edge here in America
because
everybody's strapped.
Yep. That's why as soon as you make a call, yeah, he got a gun. Cops coming blazing. They not even worried. They're like, well, we're not getting shot, but we're gonna make sure to go get this gun, right? But in Britain, if cops come with guns, you got a bunch of the youths with a bunch of knives and shit. Nigga,
even in Korea, I think, if I'm not mistaken, even in Korea, I think their police weapons, they use like revolvers and shit. I could be wrong though. I got to look back into it. And what I saw was that they only carry a certain amount of bullets.
Yep,
because there's no guns really.
It's not needed.
Okay. So you don't need a 17 round mag with 2 extra mags.
When you see Trump calling in the National Guard with M16s and assault rifles and all this extra gear with the book. Why? Because people in America are allowed to have guns. So they got to be prepared for war. They don't know what guns is in the streets. They know the FBI know.
If they see it in America, if you see 100 people in a crowd, it's safe to assume that at least 40%.
At least half.
Yep.
It also depends on the state too.
It depends on the state. If you down south, Texas, my gosh.
Oh, you in Texas are right.
80% of people is
80, 90.
Well, you gonna know.
Like
you motherfuckers, it's open carry.
Bro, they'll have a fucking rifle on their chest walking into the Walmart like, yeah, man, don't forget to grab the mac and cheese. Yeah, let me get with a hunting knife.
Motherfuckers got a whole
on a
motherfuckers got a whole AK inside Carters and shit.
Yeah.
Walking
That's why,
baby RS.
That's why down south, certain part down south, your crime rate is low. I saw a picture of a McDonald's.
I see that.
I saw a picture of McDonald's where the line was long or whatever, and the picture specifically targeted everybody's hips, and everybody in line would look peaceful, but big ass.
Because think about it,
Everybody
a
had open carry.
A gun is a deterrent.
It's a deterrent.
And most people who carry guns, especially like think about niggas in here in Philly who carry guns. They're always thinking about somebody could have a gun. You never know.
Yeah. Especially when you got a gun, you always think everybody else got
about a gun.
Yep. Let's go back and.
But you go in there when you physically can see everybody got a gun. It's kind of like
it put you at ease.
So you know,
it's like two people who fight, two professional fighters that get in an altercation. As soon as they see like, oh, hold up, I think this boy know how to fight.
or you see, or cauliflower ear.
Cauliflower ear.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. You walk up to somebody, you see cauliflower.
Even if you can fight, even if you're a professional fighter, it's
You're gonna second
you
guess
know the danger that you possess because you professionally fight. So and they'll notice like, hold up, I think he a fighter too. You'd be like, all right.
You know what's crazy? Every society and every nation under the sun always had weapons until the white man got involved.
Right.
If you look at Japan, remember the feudal area, everyone carried what? A sword
Sword, yep.
and a small sword.
Dagger,
And so guess what? When people walking up and down the street, nobody was. It was like.
It was like, look, it's always danger.
Do it again. The thumb thing. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. They flick it up like, all right, big dog.
Hey, all right.
That's the equivalent of the cock in the chamber.
All right, cool.
Hey, listen. You sure you want this right now? You sure you want this right now? Right? And that was the truth of it. Motherfuckers carry arrows and shit on their backs, walking in. Hey, let's go into town and go to there. And remember, they's like, oh, you got to put your weapons here before you go and come in. That's how it was.
Yo, you know what? On this had fun with this thing. You ever see, no indicator of fighting? You probably want to watch out for. There's a guy got his 1 foot here and 1 foot out, and he start edging it like this. Oh yeah, fall back.
Not even that. You ever sitting there, you chilling, motherfucker, and all of a sudden he get quiet, and all you do is take one step back.
Yeah.
As soon as you see that 1 foot,
all right, hold up.
because that's power. He ready to.
For the sake of we'll move on, but for the sake of the Cuban, remember Kevin Hart got beef with the one boy in the parking lot with his mom, and the boy was just beside like,
Yeah.
he's oh shit, like oh yeah, you don't want that smoke. That's funny as fuck.
Yeah, man. But we're gonna see. We're gonna start seeing. We're gonna start seeing some real.
They gotta do something like the guns, man. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. Like
Bro,
digital ID and guns, like where does that
I
come
don't.
from?
I don't think they'll be able to get this too many.
So
many.
So what's gonna happen is this, fellas. It's
and Americans not going for that.
Right, not at all.
but
They'll have civil war before they get
but
together.
that's exactly what they're getting ready.
Yeah.
So all right, so look, let's not be. Remember Esau was wiser than Dan, right? So we also got to understand something. And I'm going to give it very clear to you how it's going to go down. They want to lower the population anyway. So they're already preparing for a civil war where the states will either be warring against each other or the government's going to war against the people. Why do you think over the past couple of years they've been talking about nothing but guerrilla urban warfare? They've been flying helicopters, tanks in almost every city. Y'all all have seen it, so don't act like y'all haven't. And they've already been doing military drills in the cities. LA, Philadelphia. Why? They're getting ready. For what? For when the people revolt. When the people say no. They're going to go, okay, well, you can say no, but we have bigger and badder weapons than you. They're already expecting the death toll, mind you. And how else can you lower the population? Diseases, famines, orchestrated famines and diseases. Guys, don't forget, they're going to be opening up their full armory to get the population down. The first thing they're going to do is try to divide and conquer. They want Americans fighting Americans, Asians fighting Asians, Asians fighting whites, whites fighting blacks, blacks fighting Hispanics. Yes, they're going to even have our own people trying to go at it. Those who are in the know, that know the truth that we're all one and the same, ain't going to be on that type of time. But those who want to get caught up in that are going to get caught up in it. While we're all fighting each other and imploding all over the money being shut down. The matter of fact, a couple of days ago, I don't know if anybody was affected, but I was affected. Something happened with Amazon where a lot of the banks shut down where you could not have access to your cards, your money, anything. It literally happened to me. I didn't even know what was going on until I fucking Googled it. I got out of work. I ain't spend no money all day. I'm like, man,
I had an experience with that. My bank, I was trying to log into my app, but
it was,
but I couldn't see none of my direct deposit hit.
Right, bro. When
it didn't hit till like 3 p.m.
Oh, not even that. Mine was worse. I freaking I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, yo. So one of my employees, he didn't have a ride to get home. So I'm like, all right, man, I'm gonna send you some money for an Uber. Yo, just get yourself home. I see you tomorrow. So I tried to send him money, and it was like, your bank has declined. I go, what?
Yeah, mine did too.
Your bank has declined. I said, what? I went on my app. It showed me my accounts, and it went froze. There's no data to show. Whoa. I go and try to swipe my card somewhere. Denied. So I already felt what it's going to feel like when they finally hit the switch.
And that's the problem with having digital currency.
Yep.
Or digital money, basically meaning like you go into an app, you put your money into the bank, and then you just got numbers on the screen.
Yep.
They can. It's simple as say, oh, your bank account shows zero. What? How? Everything's wiped out. Oh, we don't have any information.
We don't have any information for you. And mind you, for me to have, it was only one night. I woke up the next morning, and my cards, my bank account, everything was back to normal. But the fact that it was that easy to literally wipe me clean gave me perspective. Then I started going down the rabbit hole, because after I looked that up, I started going down the rabbit hole. There's been an uptick in people who have money, assets, trusts. What they've been doing, they've been liquidating their equity, selling property, and moving out and buying houses and places in tropical areas to get away. People are talking about, yo, if you got your money in the bank, you're fucked. So then I'm like, well, then where the fuck can you put your money? Because once they go cashless, your money is going anyway. It's worthless anyway. One prepper went into an index life insurance policy, and he was explaining how it works. So there's two different benefits, and I'm not telling anybody to go do this, but I'm giving perspective on what I was. Like I said, I was going down the rabbit hole, because the first thing I did was like, yo, if they cut me off, I'm fucked. I get all direct deposit, everything in there. I barely ever carry cash. And it reminded me of something my father said. My father said, you should always have at least $200 in cash with you at all times. You never use it, it's always in your wallet, so just in case. And I didn't have it, so when they hit me, it hit me. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm technically lost to the races. But basically, the index life insurance policy, he says there's two different benefits. There's a death benefit and there's a cash benefit, where you can borrow against at any time, and it can accrue interest, and you can make more money off of it. He said that should be your bank. What you do is when you set one up, you do the lowest death benefit. So they might say if you die, you get, I don't know, $200,000. I don't fucking know, right? But you could do a high cash benefit where you could fund it and have your direct deposit going straight into it, and it compounds interest. And then you can borrow against it or take money out like a bank, and guess what? It's untaxed.
69%.
It's untaxed.
I mean like the interest accrued thing.
Yeah.
The best way you could do it, hack the system, is do something like that. Have a high limit credit card where you get cash rewards and points and shit.
Then I was going to say that too.
Credit card, and then pay the credit card from the policy.
And I was going to say that too. Hey, brethren, kinsmen, according to thy flesh, if you do not have credit cards, go get credit cards. Hear me out. Stop worrying about Esau's kingdom. The shit's going to crash anyway. Go get as many credit cards as you possibly can. Run up the bag. Get 30, 40, 50,000, 100,000, $200,000 worth of credit. Didn't say you got to spend all of this shit.
Right.
It's just having
access to it.
Why? Because if they cut your bank account, you have access to their money. Remember, you should never be spending your own money. You should always be spending someone else's money. That is the whole point of credit, but they didn't teach us how credit works.
But remember this, your credit limit, or you may have 10K in credit limit, but if you only got $500 in your bank account, guess what? You only got $500 to spend on your credit card.
Yeah, exactly, because you got to be able to pay it back.
You want to pay it back same month.
But I'm also going to say this, because I also seen a lady who moved her entire family out. She took out a bunch of loans, like damn near like $1.2 million worth of loans. Said fuck America, moved out of America, said I'll never be back, never paid nothing back. And guess what? It's not illegal.
What they gonna do? Like,
what they gonna do?
Hit my credit? Okay.
We gonna hit my credit? Well, guess what?
Ain't no credit in the fucking Philippines.
It ain't no credit in Asia. It ain't no credit in most countries. Credit is a thing from here, right? So I'm not telling people to do that, but there's ways of, you know what I mean? But I would say this, man, use some wisdom. The Lord gave us some wisdom. Now, mind you, we already know the prophecy, how they're going to take everything away from us anyway. It's going to happen. You're going to lose your house. You're going to lose your car. You're going to lose your job. You're going to lose everything for the sake of the name of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Shall be as pilgrims on earth.
Understand it's going to happen. There's going to get to a point. It might not be this year, but Bill Gates talked about 2028. If Americans don't have the digital ID, they can't work, buy, sell, do anything. Guess what? When that comes, you're going to have to be able to bunker down and say, all right, well, I'm not getting it. I'm not taking it. You're going to have to. Now, mind you, the digital ID is not necessarily the mark of the beast, but it's the precursor to the mark of the beast. Because we know that the mark of the beast is going to be implanted, charagma, into either thy hand.
Well, remember, you have the beast system, and then you have the mark of the beast.
Exactly.
The mark of the beast is like that final stamp,
Yep.
if you will. And then the digital ID is all that stuff.
Because the mark of the beast is also going to let the world know who is part of society and who is not.
Exactly.
That's the thing. That's going to be because it's going to, the reason why they have to do that, think about it. And this also lets us know that this is how we know there's going to be civil wars.
Pledges to the new world order.
Because it literally told us that there are going to be those who don't take it. That means there is going to be wars. There's going to be an opposition to everything. There's going to be an opposition, and that opposition is going to be deplorables. They're going to be in the streets as homeless people that you probably grew up with. They like, no, I'm not taking it. Now, mind you, and I'm going to go also, I seen a video of some brother who not in the truth, but it was a brother, and he kind of broke down the mark of the beast because he's a Christian, so he believed in the mark of the beast. He's like, look, he did it like this. He's like, man, look, you gotta be able to hunker down for at least 7 years, because he was talking about the 7 years of tribulation. He's like, look, you wanna get the mark and only live a good 7 years of goodness, and then you in all eternity fucked, or you rather have a fucked up 7 years to live in all eternity in greatness? And I said, shit.
It's a good
Great way to put it.
Great way to fucking put it.
Yeah, it is.
7 years or eternity?
Eternity, yeah.
Pick your side here. So it's one of them 7 years are going to be hard though.
It's like somebody saying like, yo,
Yep.
I got $1 billion. I got $1 billion. I'm just saying billion. I got $1 billion waiting for you, but you gotta do hardcore jail for 7 years.
Hardcore. I'm
Like-
talking about
like
looking over your shoulder, motherfucker trying to.
It's like I can pretty much guarantee you'll live unless anything trauma like medical, but nobody gonna kill you. But you gonna have to go through the trenches.
Yeah,
and shit.
you might not eat for a couple of days. They might starve you from water.
They
for
might
a
jump
days.
you and shit,
You might get
maybe.
jumped, get beat up.
But
a
they ain't
couple
gonna
times,
kill you, though.
But you ain't gonna die.
But you gotta do that for 7 years.
7 years, bro.
You come out for a bill,
And then, but you come out, you got to build.
or I could give you $100 million right now.
But you can only use it for 7 years.
But after 7 years, you gotta pay that $100 million back,
Or you just gonna go broke.
or and be taking all your assets and shit.
Yeah. So anything you built up will be taken from you.
So you better take this $100 million and make $100 million so you can pay it back, which ain't gonna work.
Not even.
It ain't gonna work.
Because you gonna make $100 million and they gonna take it all anyway. And then, did you see Andrew Tate's last video? It's talking to the CNN bull, talking about how digital currency. He know. He's like,
Yeah, I seen that.
You seen it?
I seen that, John.
Bro, he was going in.
Cooper ball.
Yeah, he was like, yo. He said, yo. He was like, yeah. He was like, yo. He said, look, we're about to be in a dystopian future. Totalitarian control. And Andrew Tate obviously a Jake. We all know that.
Yeah.
He's speaking like a man of the Lord. He like, look at it like this. They're going to do digital currency, and then they're going to sit here and use it against you. They're going to be able to control everything. They're going to tell you, hey, you spent enough money on meat this week, so you can only spend your money on on grains and vegetables. Or they might tell you, you got to spend this money within the next 48 hours, or you're going to lose it. They're going to be able to control. You're not going to have control over nothing. What you eat, what you say. Oh, you said something wrong, we're going to turn off your card. Oh, you started to join the faction of Israelites that are deplorables on the outskirts of the cities. Oh, you helped one of them? You gave one of them bread and water? Turn off your card. They are going to be going so fucking hard, bro. This is why it says, those who endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Endure, meaning there's going to be hardships here. All right? Yes, Jacob's trouble is for the wicked, but does not mean you're not going to be tested. And we don't know who the Lord deems wicked, because we're all wicked. But we don't know who the Lord deems more righteous than others, because we're all wicked. We're all worthy of death. I want to make that very clear. But we don't know who the Lord has favor on until these days come. So guess what? You might get thrown into the wolves right away, and that might have just been a test for you. But you fumbled, and the Lord knew you was going to fumble. It's like, I'm going to throw this at him. Watch you fumble. fucking told you. All right, that's why he was supposed to die anyway. Then it's gonna be those that the Lord like, let me just send him a little test because he was a little wishy-washy. But I know he gonna pass this though, because he one of mine.
I want to put all that training in the test.
I'm gonna put that training to the test. All that shit he was big talking, he was talking. All that
And
preaching.
ultimately, the Lord knows what's going to happen before it happens.
Yeah,
really,
right.
the test is really for us.
Yeah, it's
it's
really-
not for Him. The Most High is not testing us to see what we know. The Lord knows what we
Yeah.
know what we're going to
Yeah,
do.
First
The Lord's
Corinthians
testing
13.
us for our own knowledge. It's like if you take an exam and you get your grade back, in reality, the exam is for you, and it's always for you. When you go to school and all that stuff, when you take your test and you get a 70 or 90, that's for you to let you know what you know. Simple as that. So the Most High is going to test us so that we can learn about ourselves.
This is why.
So we go through some hard shit, and you like, oh shit, yo, I really made it through that.
Yeah.
Yo, they had the guns to my head, they had
Yeah,
the
bro.
guns to my baby's head, bro,
Bro.
and I just said,
Bro.
fuck it.
They might-
How about you
I was
shot? And
running-
then they just
they
just said, never mind.
No, I got another call.
Or they got another
Yeah,
call,
bro.
and it was
Yeah.
just, it was like,
All units report to the da-da-da. All units report to the da-da-da.
we got a code, we got a code 10, code 10, 20,
Yeah.
all units. All right, yo, we ain't got time for this. Come on, let them go. They ain't on shit anyway.
This is something we got to remember. This is a promise by the Lord. So because the devil gonna be coming down hard on us, like your fellas, ladies, you few ladies, sisters, the devil gonna be coming hard. Yes, I know the Lord said, "Mine shall eat, yours shall starve," and all that. I'm not saying none of that's true.
But you might not eat every day.
But you might not eat every day. You might not get water every day. You might not have that hedge of protection. You might be fearing for your life every other day. You might be somebody next door got shot down. Boom, 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 boom. Just so happened they skipped over your house. Shit like that. You're going to be in that fear, right? But the Lord also says this. And the Most High of peace shall bruise Satan under your feet shortly. The grace of our Lord, Mashiach Yahushua, be with you. Right? So it says he's going to bruise Satan. When it says bruise, it's going to he's going to punish you. He underneath your feet, meaning our adversaries are going to be trodden down under our feet.
Yeah.
We must endure until the end. We must stay faithful and true unto the Lord, and then He will give us a crown of life. You got to understand that the words, we got to harp on these words, but it's going to be tough. Mind you, that's why you pray for a hardened heart, pray for wisdom. Pray for faith that's unwavering, and pray that the Lord does not have your flight in the motherfucking winter. Because it ain't even that cold out here, but it's cold as shit.
Real shit though.
Like, dog,
real
like you
shit,
see us
though.
all with our little
Yeah,
hoods up.
real
Yeah.
Yo, you know how
Yeah,
you know
that's
we
bullshit.
deep in the winter. We deep in winter and we having camp. You know your toes is going on
Oh,
now.
no,
Yo,
no,
imagine,
no,
and that's only we be out there
no.
for like an hour,
No.
Bro, we be like, ew,
No, there we go. There we go. No, you know it's deep in the winter when you see three brothers standing like a fucking Jackson 5 or some fucking
The
dance
whole
shit.
time.
The whole time.
Okay, so the Lord said,
Real shit.
Trying to
That's how you know it's cold as fuck.
brothers,
But that's
tending
for
on
an hour.
Yo,
Imagine you got to sit in that shit.
Yo, bro, or you ain't got a crib. They cast you out of your house and you in the
just
wilderness.
outside,
You in the
wilderness.
wilderness. And you got your daughter, your son with you. You got your shorty. You trying to keep her warm. You trying to figure it out. This is when you got to rely on the Lord. And this is when prayer. First of all, prayer should be your number one MO.
bread and butter, bro.
And bread, it's your bread.
Do it
It's
all
your bread
day,
and
every
butter,
day,
baby.
anywhere,
Bro,
anytime.
mind you, a prayer don't even got to be like dragged out. You could just
Bro, it could
think
be a
the-
sentence,
You could just
bro.
be walking that shit, man. Call on y'all, I should now shot,
Yup.
man.
That's all day with
Thank
it.
you for that.
Thank you. Yo, forgive me for
Yo,
being
forgive me,
And
Father.
then
I
just-
mean,
and then
that
move
thought,
it.
just keep it moving.
Keep it
Your
moving.
Lord, like, he sent up another one. Bro, you got it. Yo, fella.
Yo, in Jacob's trouble, that's gonna be like a habitual saying.
Bro.
You know how we say John all the time?
Yeah.
It's gonna be prayer like John.
Hey.
Walking around everywhere.
Hey, yo,
walking in
brothers
prayer.
might be together. Hey, yo, put up that P.
Yeah, real
Hey,
rap. Like,
yo, get your P's ready.
Yo, you.
We about to
look at it
We about
like
to make.
this.
Yo, hold on. First
Yeah.
of all, like, we got to get from this building
Right to the-
to
yeah,
that
there-
building
there you
across
go.
the street.
There you go.
You gonna be on some shit like.
yeah, shit
Hey, yo.
getting real.
Hey, yo.
Yeah,
We're gonna be looking out. You're gonna see da-da-da, people hitting the ground. We're gonna
Yeah,
all right,
bro,
yo,
we gotta move,
we
though.
gotta move over
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
All right, everybody get their P's ready. All right, y'all ready?
No,
You
that's
ready?
scary. I was gonna say that.
You ready? Bullets flying. We all make it in there. Ain't nobody get hit. Nobody got hit. Oh
Yo,
shit.
I'm telling you right now.
Let's see-
I'm telling you right now.
let's see another
I-
prayer.
Yo,
Throw
I got
another
this
prayer.
funny
Another
feeling
prayer.
too. I got this funny feeling, dog. And the Lord gonna be blessing brothers' cardiovascular systems too.
Well, we
expect money.
well-
Y'all gonna be able to run.
Well, I'm also going to say this. I believe that to be true because there's something called adrenaline.
Yeah.
Fight or flight. The Lord gonna know. Fight, bro. There's only gonna be two options: fight or flight.
Yeah.
Fight or flight at every time, every corner. Remember this. What is the scripture says? As if a bear met him, right? That means there's no escape. So what we talking about? We just trying to get 20 feet across the street. And you gonna have to have a prayer put in place while you're running praying, when you get in there praying, and be like, whew, all right, now we gotta make it another block over. Should we go down? Nah, we gonna have to wait. Look how many people just died across the street, though. They running people up over there. We're gonna be looking through peepholes. Bro, it's gonna be fucking crazy, bro.
On some chill shit, I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. It's for both of y'all. Y'all remember in Walking Dead? Remember in the very beginning, Maggie and then the other little shorty was like real feminine like
and
men.
feeble,
and
yep.
by the time
Carol.
it's over, it was some gangster thugs.
Carol, yeah.
They ain't gonna be like that. Nene and a lot of women that we gonna be around, they gonna start off like, oh my God. and
Well,
turn
I'm
into
gonna
some
say,
thugs.
I'm gonna say, God
I'll bet
forbid,
you.
because I would prefer my princess to say, my princess, and Daddy gonna do all the killing and shit. Don't worry, you stay right here. I'll be right back. I'm just saying, because I look over mine. Oh my goodness gracious, bro. I don't even have to want to go there,
bro.
No.
Get real.
But see, the thing is, but remember, your family gonna feed off your energy.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I believe you. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that you're wrong. I just would love for my baby. You don't gotta get no blood on your hands. I'ma handle it. I go out, man.
Mess around, catch this trait and be like, Daddy, I don't like them. They're weak. Like dumb shit.
Oh no, my daughter like that now. Yeah, my daughter like that now. She's like, oh my gosh, she's such a bitch. Like he was bitching earlier. I'm like, baby, I know how you feel, mother. Yeah. Oh, my daughter's 17 by the way, so it's like a little woman talking. She said
She is definitely
17. Yeah, I got a
17.
17. Well, November 2nd, but
Yeah, 17.
17, bro. That's literally next week.
Next week,
17. She was doing PSATs this past week. I'm like, all right, well, I mean, in my head, I'm like, baby girl, you're probably not gonna make it to college the way it should look. Cause she still got one more year. So you know what I mean. So, but besides all that, you know, we are coming in, and we say this week in and week out. We're coming into the day and age where all of the information and the wisdom that's been bestowed upon us from the elders and apostles, from the men of renown from old, for those great men that taught those great men, and Yahweh Shai being the ultimate teacher that taught the apostles, and all of that, man. That we need to, all that information was what? Remember, it was what? It was created for what? Our sakes, right? For our learning, so we can understand how to navigate throughout this world, because it's coming. Brothers and sisters, it's coming. Like I'm telling you this right now. If you really wanted to make some extra money, if you really wanted to get a better hedge of protection, because you're not going to get rich, trust me. And if you do, God, that's a little spooky at this time of age anyway. But
you don't need to be rich.
you don't need to be rich. But if you need a little bit more hedge of protection, now is the time to try to go do it. Because if you don't go do it now, there won't be a hedge of protection. And then also understand that if you do get a little bit more hedge of protection, the prophecy says that they're going to cast us out of our houses and they're going to take our goods. Why? Because they found out that we are the ones who are God's chosen people. How are they going to know that? Because we're going to survive a tumultuous time that most people are going to die, whether it's by the sword, war, famine, or pestilence. And when I say pestilence, I'm not talking about the ICBM nuclear missiles that are going to be another prophecy. I'm talking about actual pestilence, which is diseases. All right? So brothers and sisters, man, pray. I don't know why. I don't know how to explain that. Even I gotta pray more too. I'm saying it's speaking to myself as I do it.
It sounds like such an easy concept, but yet it's very difficult to do. Just because you got so much stuff going on, sometimes you forget to pray. I'm not saying you might say your morning and nightly prayers, but that's the bare minimum. You need to be saying prayers throughout the day. One prayer I try to say, and I forget a lot. Usually I'll remember halfway through my drive. It's to pray every time I get my will. Quick one, Lord.
Well, I literally pray
to my destination safe.
Yeah, I pray see, I don't pray as soon as I wake up in the morning. I pray as soon as I get in my car. Well, no. The reason, it's still in the morning.
I mean, you do what you do, bro.
I have like a little, like, before I pull off, because I know that I always pray over my house, so I know I'm divinely protected and I'm safe in my protection.
Your brother got their own.
Yeah,
So bro, I go as soon as I sit in my car. It's like a guarantee. I go through. I do the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. I say it out loud in Hebrew. After I do my Hebrew, then I go and do my prayers. I send up prayers for the brothers. You know. No, I'm just giving perspective on how I go about it. Because remember, I travel over the bridge every day. I travel I live in Philly, but I work out in Jersey. So I take a 30-minute, 40-minute ride every day. So I always pray over all that. Go ahead, bro.
This is Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. Here's the point. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
And now, beautiful precept to end off with, but how can you guarantee your name in the book? There's really no way to guarantee, but there is a sure way of, a sure path of getting there. And that's that straight and narrow gate. Remember, he says, remember the generations of old, right? Who has ever called upon me and have been forsaken? How do you call upon the Lord, right? By what? Prayer, but also by following the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities and trying to get right with the Lord and offending less. That will literally, as an Israelite,
good position.
Yeah, as an Israelite, we all have a golden ticket, right? Through our bloodline. It was given to us because of the promise from Abraham, right? The Lord gave to Abraham. But does not mean your golden ticket is going to get punched. To make sure it gets punched, you need to be in that line when it's time to be in that line. All right? So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Mahabrakah, double honors to the elders and apostles, and shalom to the elect.
Shalom.
Shalom, brothers.